Most people will never know what medical problems may await them in the future. One of those that seems to frighten people the most is dementia, or more specifically, Alzheimer's disease, which is a more specific form of dementia that causes the person to slowly lose their memories. Today, I'll be telling you about the stages, effects, and causes of this disease, using information from reliable medical professionals, published through both videos and websites. The first part I'll be going over are the stages. The basis of the disease is that it usually begins in people 65 or older, though it can start in people's 30s to 40s, but that's much less common. Most of the time, the brain begins changing very slowly for years, or even up to decades before symptoms begin to show. On How Fast Does Alzheimer's Disease Progress, published September 4th, 2015, the Alzheimer's medical professional Dr. Stern says that by the time the disease begins showing symptoms, people will usually not get diagnosed until about 2 years later. By this time, they have on average about 8 years left. Some people may live up to 20 years after being diagnosed. The stages are usually described as preclinical, mild, moderate, and then severe. The next part is effects. In the preclinical stage is when the brain is slowly changing, so there are no noticeable effects. But the mild stage, however, is when people start to become more forgetful of where they place things, trouble with complex problems, and retaining newly learned information. In the moderate stage is when people start really needing help with things, if they do. The memory loss, confusion, changes in personality, and performing just normal daily activities goes way down in this stage. By the severe stage, people with Alzheimer's generally lose their ability to speak and perform daily tasks, such as eating or using the bathroom. Eating is usually the most common cause of death in people. Pneumonia, they get food stuck in their lungs and causes them to die. The effects of this disease were posted by the Mayo Clinic on Alzheimer's stages, how the disease progresses, which has no published date either. The final part I'll be going over are the causes of Alzheimer's. The exact causes of the disease are unknown. However, stated by the Mayo Clinic on Alzheimer's diseases, symptoms, and causes, with no published date, is shown to be related to a lifestyle and environmental factors, such as sleep patterns, drug uses, air pollution, genetics, head injuries, and most commonly older age. Though we don't know the exact cause, we do know that brain proteins aren't functioning normally, and scientists are heavily focused on it. Now I'm going to be showing you some diagrams. I can't flip the camera, I'm so sorry. So this first diagram is a 3D model of an Alzheimer's brain with a normal brain. As you can see, the Alzheimer's brain is much more shrunken. It has open parts, which means the neural links aren't connected, they're not there. Here's a 2D model, which is probably the most famous one. As you can see in this one, there's huge chunks missing, and this heavily impairs their cognitive abilities. If you look at the bottom of the brain, you can see that whole portion right there is sunken in, and it's darker, it's missing spots. So, overall, I would just like to say that this disease is terrible to have for someone close to you, as the disease, we can't prevent it. Once the symptoms begin, it progresses rapidly. It's hard for the people that you love, it's hard for those around you. It's especially hard if you're the one with it, because you'll be forgetting the people you love, you'll start to feel terrible. And though there is actually no known cure for this disease, we are studying it, and scientists know it is related to brain proteins building up and not functioning properly. So they're heavily invested on this. Hopefully they figure it out soon, so no more people have to suffer from this terrible disease. Thank you.